Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today is Thursday. It's March the 8th, 2012. We're going to be looking at some markets here today, and more specifically, the Russell 2000 Small Cap Index. This one has been interesting. We've been watching this, which was one of the ones we told you we wanted to pay attention to as a possible buy opportunity with that pullback. But we didn't get the signs that we wanted. And let me show you what we're talking about here. If you watched yesterday's video, you know what signs we're talking about already because I've already drawn out for you. But on this one here, it's a little bit tricky. So let me show you my logic here. You have this nice pullback here, and then you get down to this low point, and we don't get a hammer formation. Because of that, I didn't take the opportunity. Also, I didn't like the opportunity as a buy point there when you don't have a hammer. On top of that, our next day that we did have a higher series of low points, but we didn't have a higher series of high points between the candlesticks, and so that would have left me in a situation again where I would have been saying that if it does make a higher point, then you could be a buyer, but we didn't have the right signal, so I passed on it. However, I'm not going to do that now. Now I want to buy, and I want to show you why. Let me clean that up again. What we have is that pullback that you can see, and we've talked about this one. I think it was yesterday when we were showing you that the low points here were trending lower while the ultimate oscillator indicating momentum was actually trending higher. That meant that this pullback here was unsustainable and would move in the other direction. We just didn't know exactly where the bottom was because these can actually go on like that for a while before they reverse. In this case, she is starting to reverse already. That's why we get the candlestick has got a higher high than the previous candlestick, a higher low. That's all right. So the only thing we don't have in this formula here is that hammer candlestick formation that I really like to see. So what do? Well, I think it's okay to buy here. I'll tell you why. I think that the bottom was here, even though it wasn't the bottom, if that makes sense to anybody. You had the hammer candlestick formation, and then you get an undershoot or an overshoot to the downside here, making a lower low, and then she immediately moves back up to close at that level that we've already seen here, and now we're doing it here again. So what we have is this close here is at this level, and we're trading just slightly above that. So this is our basic little trend that we have right there. However, look at the slope on this one, much greater. We also have a higher point here than we have here. So we have room to go. We have this high point here has not been taken out, though it has on the ultimate oscillator already. So we expect that this is still oversold and still needs to move higher, basically testing the previous high, the same trade we've been doing with everything else in the market. So I would in fact be a buyer here if that made sense to anybody. Okay, so I'd be a buyer at this close or lower if at all possible. If we got a little bit of a test of the low, that'd be a great opportunity. But I'd keep a stop off of this low point here. Let me get the right tools out. Off of this low point here, keep a stop here. And be watching what I do on the website because I'm going to advance these stops sooner rather than later. Probably maybe Friday, maybe Monday, I don't know. You can go to our free website at PerfectStockAlert.com. We keep all of these charts on our free website and they update every single night. For example, I'm updating this one right now, and I'm also doing a video showing you, but I don't always cover every single chart that I update in video, so it's important you guys check out the website if there's one particular chart you're wondering about that maybe it wasn't in a video that you wanted to see today. Okay, so anyway, that's the trade that I have here. It would be a buy here on the Russell 2000 Small Cap Index, expecting to test their previous high. We'll advance the stop along the way. She could break out and continue to move higher. We don't know yet. That's why we advanced the stop to make sure that if she does want to keep going higher, we can stay with it. But we don't want to be in a situation that, and it could happen, where you have this actual move here, pulls back, bumps up against it again, goes lower, comes up here, fails a third time, reverses, and goes much lower. We don't want that situation to happen to us, so we're going to advance our stop to see what happens. If you've not been to our free website at PerfectStockAlert.com, it's right there. It's 100% free. All we ask in return, please refer your ugly friends. Yes, just your ugly ones. That's all I want. All right, God bless. Take care. I've got to go to class. Enjoy the day, and I'll see you all mañana. That's tomorrow. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.